empowerment and education for all. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd.
I have a question for you all. What did you want to be when you grew up? What was that thing that you were dreaming about, that you thought about when you were between 8 and 10 years old? And I want you all to get your chat fingers ready and put that in the chat for me. I know some of you it's going to take a little longer to think back that far, but I want you to put it in the chat. What did you want to be when you grew up? So welcome out to the Revamp Conference. I am so happy that all of you all were able to make it out. I'm glad you made a decision to come. And if you're like me, I got a ton of notes from all these awesome speakers all week long. And so I don't want you just to be hearers of the word. I want you to be doers. So take something from what you've learned over this past week and actually apply it to your life. You know, knowledge has to be used in order for it to actually work. So welcome again. We got more things coming up, but I am so glad you were able to join us today. Now, I do want you all, please stay to the end, because I do have a free gift for all of you all that showed up today. So I do have a free gift. So I hope you all get excited about that free gift. So back to my original question. What did you want to be when you grew up? For me, because I have that mother that keeps everything. So not too long ago, she was digging through some stuff that she had, and she found something that I actually did when I was around 9 years old about what did I want to be. And it had on there that I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't even know if I knew what an entrepreneur was at that time. But guess what? I became one. And that was something that I dreamed of when I was little. Now, all through high school and everything else, of course, I thought I was going to be a lawyer because people said I had the gift of gab. But no, did not go to law school at all. Do you realize that only 30% of the population is actually doing what they dreamed about? 30%, which means 70% of the population, something happened, life started lifing. Someone told them they couldn't make any money on their dream. Well, I am here to tell you that whatever you dreamed then, you can still do it now. Don't be afraid to step out on faith and do it, because you can do it and get paid for it. So a little bit about who I am. I am Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. I help real estate investors get out of debt and build wealth by automating their finances and them creating their own bank within 7 to 10 years or less, so that they can leave generational wealth instead of debt. And the name of my talk is Birthing of an Investor. So I want to take you on a journey of how I became an investor, and we're going to build a house together. But I'm going to let you all put the furniture in and paint the walls. We're going to go on this journey of building a house together. If you didn't know, the very first thing that is put down for a house is the plumbing. You don't see it, but it's there. You've probably driven past a lot of empty lots that look like nothing was there, but there was plumbing under the ground. Of course, the plumbing doesn't work unless a house is built on top of it. There's no use. And the same thing goes for us. We have a purpose in our life, and our purpose is our plumbing also. You were born with a purpose. God didn't just think of you and then give a problem. No, he gave you a purpose on the inside of you. Jeremiah 1:5 says, he knew you before the womb, before your mom and daddy knew you. He knew you. And so he created you with a purpose, with a gift, and with a dream. You are here to do something. So I didn't know I was going to be an entrepreneur at this time in my life, but guess what? God knew. He knows exactly what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it. And sometimes we just have to make a decision to walk in it. And so the plumbing is there, but of course, nothing happens unless you build a house on top of it. So now let's talk about the foundation. The next thing that's laid over top of the plumbing is foundation. And your foundation has to be strong because remember, the foundation is what holds the building together. It holds everything together so nothing falls over, and when storms come in, it stays. You continue to stay steady. And that's the same thing for a house. For me, I had a strong foundation, something that my parents instilled in me. And a lot of our foundations are built from different places. Our foundation is built very early in life. It comes from our parents, it comes from school, it comes from our environment. And so everything that's been put into your life actually puts together your foundation. And no one's foundation is perfect. You might have some cracks, but guess what? That's when knowledge comes through, and knowledge fills in the cracks, it fills in the gaps, and keeps your foundation strong. For me, one of the biggest foundations for me was church. So we grew up in church. I remember telling my mom how grateful I was for her to have us in church, because one day in July, several years ago, about 20 years ago, my sister actually was admitted into the hospital. She had just had a child. Child was only 1 year old, and she was admitted in the hospital. Both my brother and sister had sickle cell. And I don't ever remember my parents using the word sickness around us. They would have crises, but they were never sick. But this time when she went into the hospital, she didn't come out. She actually passed away. And 7 months later to the day, my brother passed away also from sickle cell. I remember driving my mother to the hospital and to pick up his belongings, and just sitting there in the car with her like, I don't know how anybody goes through back-to-back deaths and not have a strong foundation to get through it. And I just told her, I really appreciate you all giving us that foundation, because I know I'm gonna see them again because they were saved. So parents out there, if you have children, get them in church, and know it's not all about the church building. It's that foundation of knowing that Jesus Christ loves them and wants them. He wants to be their Savior, and that they can see their loved ones who are saved again. And so that was a sturdy foundation for me. And with my father, he kind of taught us the financial literacy part of life. And don't judge me. He taught us financial literacy through tithing, tipping, and 401k. So I remember we used to go out to eat every night. Me, my brother, sister, a whole family went out to eat. And I remember him getting the ticket, and we had to figure out what 10% of the ticket was. Then he showed us how to figure out the other 5%. So he really worked with us with numbers and money. And then with tithing, I am a big believer in giving. It's amazing how much more 90% will go versus 100%. And he taught us that giving part of life. And I also remember when I first got my first job that I could actually participate in 401k, not realizing that that was an investment vehicle that I can actually use in life. And so he was like, make sure you max out your 401k, make sure you're getting that free money that goes along with that money. Those seeds that he was planting were seeds that I was able to look back now on my life to actually be able to see that, oh man, he was actually helping me get into the mindset of being an investor. And so those were the lessons that were taught. And so those seeds and those foundation is what has to be done before you can even start framing your house. And so now we're going to go to the framing. And so I'm going to need some participation here and everything. And the first thing I want you all to do is I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath and blow it out. And I want you to think about the life that you would love to live. So we're going to go 3 to 5 years into the future. But I want you to keep your eyes closed. We're going to go 3 to 5 years into the future. And I want you to, you're going to walk into the front door of your dream house. So you're going to walk into the front door and you're stepping in. So what are you stepping into? Are you stepping into your foyer? Are you stepping into a big open room where you have lots of windows? What do you see out of those windows? Do you see the ocean? Do you see a huge backyard with a bunch of kids playing? What do you hear? Do you hear children playing in their rooms or running around the house? Do you hear your partner or husband in the next room watching TV? And as you continue to walk in, what color are the walls? What color is the furniture? Do you see people in the kitchen around a huge island making dinner together? So what do you see within this room? And this is your dream house, so I want you to dream big. What do you see your dream house being? Okay? So we just came from outside, and no one walks away. Keep your eyes closed. No one goes anywhere without their cell phone. So either your cell phone is in your back pocket, your purse, or in your hand. But your cell phone is about to ding. And remember, this is the life that you would love to live. And so that ding is from the bank. And it's the balance that's in your account. So remember, this is 3 to 5 years in the future, a life that you would love to live. I want you to look and see, what did the bank just send you? What was your bank balance? Oh, I see y'all out there smiling. Everybody got that big smile on their faces. They're looking at their phones with their bank balance and everything. And I want you to remember that feeling. Remember that feeling. So open your eyes, come back to the present. One thing that I know is things are created twice, one in your mind and one in the physical world. Because you could imagine your dream house and your bank account, that means it can become physical in the physical world because you've already pictured it. And so as you are framing that frame of a house, you get to decide the rooms. You get to decide the size of the rooms, what's in the house, how many bathrooms you want. And just like life, we're framing our life the exact same way. We get to choose what we want to be and who we want to be. And so as you're choosing, just like for me, I didn't know I was going to be an entrepreneur, but I was already framing the house. I remember us buying our very first home. We were supposed to be going to closing that day. My husband comes home and tells me he had lost his job. Now this is the day of closing. He tells me he lost his job. And so I called the real estate agent and was like, wait a minute, he lost his job. She was like, okay, no worries. We'll figure something out. Let's call some places. He just needs to find a job. And for anybody who is aspiring to be a real estate investor and do real estate, don't cut real estate agents short. They will be behind you. They are trying to get you to closing. And so they will be your biggest cheerleader. She changed I was going into a mindset of, oh my gosh, we're not gonna get the house. She's going into the mindset of, no, the house is yours. And she kept me with the mindset, the house is mine. He just needed to get a job. And so as he went, he found a job. Unbeknownst to me, he applies for another job in another state, in another city, 2 years later. So we have to pack up and move our family. What seems like an inconvenience for me was actually an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to step in what God was already calling me to be, which was an investor. And so I decided I'm not going to sell this house. let's just rent it out. And let's get the house in the other state, in the other city. And so that is how we got our very first property. You can actually frame your life exactly like you want, even if it means going back and actually taking that dream that was on the inside of you and birthing it right now. And so I want to do some affirmations with you all. So if you can repeat after me, I am achieving my dreams. I am always learning. I am building my dream life. Because it's up to you to build it. It is up for you to do everything you need to do to have the life that you dream of. And so again, I told y'all in the beginning that I had a free gift for you. I have a free ebook for each and every one of you all. And I want you to go now and download that free ebook. And the free ebook is actually going to show you another investment strategy called Building Your Own Bank. Did you realize that you can have your own bank? That you actually can loan money to yourself and not be penalized for it? And that's exactly what this book is going to talk to you about in 4 easy steps. So if you can go to www.bankonyourselfebook.com. Again, that was www.bankonyourselfebook.com. So again, there are plenty of different ways that you can become an investor. Everybody might not be a real estate investor, but there's so many other avenues of being an investor, and this is just one of the strategies that I actually use, another investment strategy that I have along with my real estate portfolio. And so again, that is www.bankonyourself.com. And again, it's a free ebook just for you. All you have to do is go to the website, put in your name. And so just in case someone missed it again, it is www.bankonyourself.com. And so I really, really appreciate you all joining me today for the birthing of an investor. And so would love to speak to you more. So to get in contact with me, you can actually go to www.bankonyourself.com to get in touch with me also. And again, I am Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. I help real estate investors get out of debt and build wealth within 7 to 10 years or less by automating their finances and creating their own bank. And so thank you again for joining me, and please enjoy the rest of the conference. Have a great rest of your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on your feet for Bertha Winston!
Hello! Woo! Don't y'all look good? Oh my goodness! Oh, hey! I am so excited to be here today. Oh my God, in hot Atlanta, that's what I call it. Hot Atlanta, that's what they call it. Wow, I mean, I'm telling you, last year this time, I was here to represent one of my friends, But little did I know, this month, I will be here myself representing me as nomination of Author of the Year. Hey, can you get excited? I am honored and I am so grateful. And I just want to give it up for Miss Taria Vision Avant. Let's stand to our feet and just give it up for her. She has worked so hard to make this conference a success. I know she has unsleepless nights and, oh my goodness, just to make this. Taria, we love you. We appreciate you so much. And thank you for making this possible. Well, today, I would like to know how many in this room is planning on retiring or have retired? Hello. All right. You know you work 40 hours a week for 40 plus years, and then you decide you want to retire. But guess what? You find out you don't have enough money to retire. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm so excited because this year, this month, the 28th of December, I will be retiring from corporate. Can you get excited? Hi, wow. Today we're going to talk about why baby boomers, any baby boomers in the house? Yeah. Retire with too much debt. Wow. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Bertha Winston. I am an author. I am working for a lawyer. Not too long after this, I won't be. Excited about that. I am a mother. I am a wife to the same man for 54 years. Y'all can do the math. Lovely husband, grandmother and great-grandmother. And, you know, life is just good. So anyway, I want to give you a little bit about myself. I grew up in North Carolina. Any North Carolinians in the house? Woo! Yes, yes. I grew up on a farm making, in the hot sun, from sun up to sundown for $2 a day. Yeah, wow. $2 a day. At the end of the year, in December, we got a bonus, y'all. Just enough to buy a little bit of clothes, a little bit of food, maybe a little bit for Christmas. You know, in the country you have that, you know, the nuts and the candy and oranges and apples and things like that. That was our Christmas. Wasn't too much about toys. Anyway, you know, that was hard work. Anyway, how many in here have ever worked on a farm? Hey, stand, mama, if you can. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about. See, I thought it wasn't gonna be anybody. But mama, you pick cotton and chop all that kind of stuff from sun up to sundown like me? Oh man, that was 60-some years ago. Let's stand for mama. Let's stand for mama. Mama, I gotta hug you. So she know what I'm talking about. That was hard work. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the owner of the farm had an agreement with the school system. They had to promote us because we had to work on the farm. And you know we prayed that it rained every day. But it didn't. So those days we had to go to work. But I just, you know, opposed to $2 a day, making $60 an hour now. Oh man, can you get excited about that? Okay, now, I had some unfortunes in my life as well. My mother, I'm the oldest of 11 with my biological family. I'm the youngest of 6 with my foster family. So my mother gave her first two kids up for adoption. And my sister was more fortunate than me. She was an only child, and their foster parents was very, very good to her. When my foster mother died, I guess about the age 5, 6, something like that, I went to live with my foster sister. She abused me. She mistreated me. She even got locked up for child abuse. But God. But God. Not only that, my foster brother decided at an early age, till about my teenagers, he would molest me at opportunity he got. You know, people you trust, you don't expect them to take advantage of you. But he did. But God had a plan for my life. Jeremiah 29 says, I know the plans that I have to you, plans of good, not to harm you, but to give you an expected end. I don't look like what I've been through, y'all. I'm still standing because God is on my side. Yes. Hello. And so at age 14, I moved to Washington, D.C. with another foster sister. It was very good to me. What a blessing. I love her today. I love all of them, even though they mistreated me. But anyway, transitioning from North Carolina schools to Washington, D.C. schools was a bit of a challenge, but I got through it. And in May of 2023, I wrote my book about my story. Nicole, can you come assist me? This book, I never told anybody about my life. I never told anybody about my story. But this book, Love Like You've Never Been Hurt. How many in here have been hurt in life? I know, yes, all of us have. We've been hurt. Some worse than others. But let me tell you, you have to forgive. God is a God of forgiveness. You have to forgive. If anybody in here having a problem with unforgiveness, I need you to come up here. I have 2 books. First 2 will come up here. We'll get a copy of this book. Anybody? Struggling with unforgiveness. If you're struggling with unforgiveness. Okay. That's it. You gotta forgive no matter what you've been through because God is a God of forgiveness. All right, now we're going to talk about 3 tips why baby boomers retire with too much debt. Step number 1, insufficient planning and savings. What did I say? Insufficient planning. We baby boomers, when we were entered into the workforce, we were only told about a pension plan. And saving for retirement was not encouraged. But I want to tell you, if you are employed, you really need to start planning for your future and retirement, because you don't plan to work the rest of your life. I didn't plan to work as long as I'm working. I'm 73 years old and I'm still working. But God, December 28th, I'm shutting it down, y'all. I don't know about you, you know. When I retire, I want to do what I want to do. I want to enjoy my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I want to travel. I want to do what I want to do because I've been doing what other people wanted me to do long enough. So I want you to take advantage. Most employers have a contribution that you could take advantage of, and they contribute to it. It's called 401k, maybe 401b, maybe TSP. You may even want to think about getting an IRA account. You really have to start planning for your future now. The day that you start working, you should have been planning. I worked this 10-10 rule. I work 10, I pay God his tithes, 10%. I hope all you are doing that. You don't have to pay your tithes, or you just pay a contribution to charity contribution. And guess what? I pay myself 10%. Everybody, if you have a JOB, you need to pay yourself because you need to start investing in yourself. Name some of the things that you spend money on that you probably don't need. Clothes, okay. You might want to start taking some of that money and investing it in an IRA account or in a retirement account, separate from the contribution that you're making. We need to invest in that. Didn't you hear her say, Sarah? Invest in yourself? Yeah. We need to invest in ourselves. So I take the other 80% to pay bills. Because I said, if I can pay Netflix, I can pay Discover, Master, Visa, I need to pay myself. After all, I'm the one working, not them. And they ain't giving no interest. They don't want that bill every month without fail. Because what happens if you don't pay the bill? It's going to be cut off. So no, I'm not doing that. Step number 2, high level of consumer debt. Woo! We all fall into that category. That's a big one right there. Did you know that the United States is the most highest debt consumer in the world? In the world. Think about that. The U.S. is the highest consumer debt in the world. Accumulating credit cards balances, mortgages, auto loans can deplete your finances. Did you know that 51% of people, when they get their credit card, they only pay the minimum amount? The minimum. 51% only pay the minimum amount. How many of you read your statement when you get it from your credit card? Oh, wow. You might better start reading it because it says, if you only pay the minimum amount, it tells you how long it's going to take you to pay that credit card off. So that lets me know that you're really not paying the credit card. You're paying them interest and making them rich. You're going to make somebody rich, so why not yourself? That's what I discovered. I'm not going to keep making them rich. So if at all possible, you need to pay your credit card off when you get the bill. You don't need to max it out. Because that's what we do. My mentor, Ivy Stokes, said, interest is the penalty you have the advance to use that you cannot afford. I'm going to say that one more time. My mentor, Ivy Stokes, says, interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something that you cannot afford. You just said some of them things that we can't afford. So if you can't afford it, you're getting it on time. And the Bible says, the rich ruleth over the poor. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. How many slaves we got in the house today? You might as well raise your hand. You know, you gonna get that credit card and go buy that Coach, and go buy them Uggs, and all those things that we really should be investing in ourselves. Putting it in an account somewhere where you're gonna get interest, because that's what I decided to do. So, let me tell you what I did. At 62, 11 years ago, I decided I wanted to retire. But I found out I could not retire because I didn't have sufficient money to retire. So what did I do? I had to change my mindset. I had to change my thinking. And I said, if you keep doing the same thing that you're doing, you're going to keep getting the same results. So what I did, I took a look at myself and I said, Bertha, you got to make some changes. So I started applying how to eliminate debt, how to restore my credit, how to get an emergency fund, how to get an investment. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was in credit, my debt up, like some of you are too. You can relate to that, right? And also, I had no emergency fund and no investment. And I said, I am not going to continue to be slaves to the lender. After I applied those strategies, they are worth strategies, because you got to strategize your way to wealth. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to use some strategies, y'all. You really do. So, after applying those strategies, guess what? I have now an emergency fund. I mean 6 months to 12 months of funds in case there's an emergency. And trust me, an emergency will happen. My credit score is 800 plus. I have several investments now. Several. And I have paid off over $300,000 in debt. I have paid off all my credit cards. And I left them at home, so I don't be using them down here. And I tell you, God is good. It hasn't always been that way, but so I have this client that I work with. He and his wife paid off $100,000 in debt in 1 year. And now he has a credit score of 800. This is what I do, and this is how I can help you get there too. And my third and final tip is, how I want to put this. Health insurance. When you retire, you're going to need substantial health insurance. When you're working a job, because there are more employees, you don't have to pay as much. But when you stop working, your medical expenses can skyrocket in 2 or 3 days. Lord behold, if you have some medical issues. And you know, at 65, they make us get Medicare. And I was so upset when I found out that I had to pay for it after they done took money out of my check for 40 years. And now I got to pay back into Medicare. I got so upset, I called Social Security. I said, why do I have to pay Social Security? I've been paying all my life. She explained to me why. It wasn't that legitimate to me, but hey, I had to accept it. But they taking it out anyway. It doesn't matter. You know, like Uncle Sam, they take your money before you get it. So so you need to really look at that, because after you leave that job, health insurance is very, very expensive. So I encourage you to research your medical and your supplements, because Medicare is not going to pay all of it. You have to have a supplement insurance. So we talked about 3 things today. Tip number 1, insufficient savings and planning. Tip number 2, high level of debt, consumer debt. And number 3, we talked about health insurance costs and supplement insurance. So, Bertha Winston, why should I do business with you? So glad you asked. As you can see, I'm very passionate about being debt-free. And I would like to help you become debt-free. Because you know, when you have a lot of debt, you're stressful. So I want to help you get debt-free, and I want you to get stress-free as well. And as you can see, I would like to offer you my free gift. 7 tips on how to retire and be debt-free. You could scan the code, you could go to my website, or you could text me. Is the phone number on there? I don't see the phone number on there, but you can text me at 202-503-8491. 202-503-8491. And The first 10 people who text that can get my book today.
Wait, what's the number?
202-503-8491. And the website is www.retiredanddebtfree.com. www.retiredanddebtfree. And that phone number again, 202-503-8491. And I only have 10 books with me today. So in closing, my name is Bertha Winston, and I teach retirees, those who are planning on retiring, become debt-free, eliminate debt, repair your credit, and become stress-free. That's my time, and I thank you for yours.
Tish Dinkins is a pharmacist turned creative consultant, best-selling author, and inspirational speaker. Her impactful books like You Have No Idea the Hell I've Been Through offer practical steps for overcoming life's challenges. In Yes, I'm Single, she redefines singleness as a state of strength and fulfillment. Tish's upcoming book, Stop Feeding Them Pizza, explores the power of art-based team-building activities, emphasizing how creativity fosters team cohesion, unlocks innovation, reduces stress, enhances communication skills, and accommodates diverse skill sets. As a speaker, Tish covers topics like benefits from team-building art events and balancing entrepreneurship and singlehood. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Tish Dinkins.
You know what? I'm so sick and tired of this job stressing me out. Everybody's getting on my last nerve, and problem after problem after problem keeps popping up. I just don't know how much more of this I can take. Have you ever had days like this, or at least know someone who has? And would you believe that I have felt like this before on many, many, many occasions, so you're not alone? Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Tish Dinkins, the CEO and founder of Paintiza LLC, where we help corporations, small businesses, and business professionals improve employee performance and boost morale through team building art events. I am super excited to be here today to discuss how paint pouring will combat stress and anxiety. But before we dive in, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I came upon this wonderful discovery. Now, back in 2019, it was a very, very difficult year for me. At the beginning of that year, I was diagnosed with a rare skin cancer, which took about 30% of my left shoulder. But nevertheless, I am now cancer-free. Then later that summer, the worst thing that you could ever imagine happened. I suffered the tragic loss of my oldest son at the hands of his so-called best friend. And let me tell you, that's a pain I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy if I had any. And to top it off, that fall, I moved to a brand new city after living in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee all my life. But thanks to my intuition, I naturally gravitated towards the arts. In particular, I immersed myself in drawing and constantly listening to music to help me transition to a better place mentally. Then, when you know it, the pandemic happened. And here again, I saw temporary solace through the arts, but this time I did it through coloring, utilizing coloring books and mobile coloring apps. I was still searching for a concrete way to effectively deal with my issues, but I also want to make sure that I did it in a more creative and stable way. Now, fast forward to 2021 when a major shift took place in my life. One day after a stressful day at my toxic place of work, I came home, turned on the television to watch YouTube, and for the first time, I saw an artist create a beautiful painting by simply pouring paint onto a canvas using clever techniques and simple supplies. I was immediately hooked. And soon afterwards, I began creating and experimenting with this new style of art that I had never seen before. I soon noticed major improvements that began to happen in my life, especially in my attitude both at home and at work. So, how is that possible, you may be asking? Excellent question. Today, we're going to discuss the 3 ways in which paint pouring, which is also professionally known as fluid art, can combat these challenges. Number 1, it helps you to mindfully focus. Number 2, it provides an expressive outlet. And number 3, it creates a sensory experience. Now, if you find this information valuable that we're about to discuss today, then I have a special gift that I want to give to you. So make sure that you stay tuned to the very end. Now, let me ask you, how many of you are able to focus or able to just be productive when you're under a lot of stress or if you're having anxiety issues? Well, I, for one, know I can't. And if you answered no, then you undoubtedly know that it can cause an inability to focus. And sometimes it can even lead to depression and feelings of low self-worth. In fact, according to a 2023 Champion Health study where over 4,000 participants were questioned, 76% of those participants stated that they either suffered from medium or high levels of stress. Of those same participants, 60% of them stated that they experienced symptoms of anxiety. And I can tell you this, their former job of mine had me experiencing all of that and then some. But like I stated earlier, I discovered the wonderful world of paint pouring or fluid art, which helped those issues begin to diminish. And it's important that I mention at this point that you do not, I repeat, you do not have to be an artist or a creative person to achieve fabulous results. Trust me when I tell you this. For starters, this style of art requires your full attention in order to create the artwork at hand. The mixing of the vibrant colors and the art pouring itself helps to produce a very meditative and calming state. This state of flow results in a heightened focus and an awareness of just being in the present moment. It shifts your attention away from your current stressors that you're dealing with at the time, and it teaches you to always channel that negative energy into positive energy. Actually, this reminds me of a couple of quotes that I absolutely love. The first one is, focus on an ocean of positives and not a puddle of negatives. And the second quote is, energy flows where your attention goes. You will simply be amazed at the 180-degree change in your emotions when you fully immerse yourself into the process 100%. Now, the second way paint pouring helps to alleviate stress and anxiety is by creating an expressive outlet. A wonderful client of mine named Heather booked a paint party event to spend time with her staff, as well as a couple of her friends to celebrate her birthday. She also mentioned how she wanted this event to help lift her spirits since she was going through some challenges in her life at the time. Now, everyone in attendance was absolutely fascinated by the painting techniques that were used, since this was very foreign to them. And frankly, they had never heard of this art form either. They were shocked at the amazing creations that they made as a result of just going all in and following simple instructions. But the most satisfying comment came from Heather days after the event. She talked about how joyful and carefree everyone felt during that process, and how they were able to have full control over their individual works, and how that was self-fulfilling. Each piece was absolutely unique and special. They were literally one-of-a-kind masterpieces, which, by the way, this is different from how your typical paint party companies basically teach art today. She also noted how she was totally inspired, and how she felt that others absolutely deserved to feel the same way. The famous philosopher Aristotle once said, "The aim of art is not to represent the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance." Paint pouring is an excellent way to use nonverbal expression to show exactly how you're feeling, and it also enhances your communication skills. You are able to spontaneously release pent-up frustrations that are deep down inside of you, and this is a very creative and constructive way to do just that. The final artistic result will give you a feeling and a sense of accomplishment, and leave you with a different perspective on your current situation. Okay, now it's time for another question. Do you remember what the five senses are? Okay, I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay, time's up. If you answered sight, touch, hearing, taste, and smell, then you're correct. This leads us to discussing the last way that paint pouring helps us. It provides us with a sensory experience. Now, let's perform a quick little exercise. Now, I want everyone to close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes. Now, once you have them tightly closed, I want you to imagine that you are standing in front of a full-length mirror and you have on your favorite outfit. But the catch is that that outfit is white and it has black polka dots, black stripes, and black squiggly lines all over it. Now, I want you to make a mental note of how you're feeling in that moment with that particular outfit on. Okay, now we're going to switch gears a little bit. Now, keep your eyes closed. Imagine that you're in front of that same mirror with that same outfit on, but this time that outfit is in your favorite color or colors if you have more than one. And I want you to take a note of how you're feeling now in that moment. Okay, open your eyes. Here's the subsequent question. Which scenario appealed more to your senses in a positive way? And I'm going to take a guess and say that it was the second scenario. Why? Because the feelings that you were experiencing in that moment are very similar to the experience that you'll have when you're both handling and watching the paint do its thing during this paint pouring process. It actually activates 3 out of the 5 senses that we mentioned, which is our sight, our touch, and in certain cases, our hearing. The activation of these senses triggers the release of those feel-good hormones in your body, such as serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine. This in turn creates a very soothing and truly therapeutic experience. It also creates feelings of pure joy and bliss. You will receive a boost in your self-esteem, and you will experience pure satisfaction in that moment. And all of this counteracts the negative effects of the stress and anxiety, which is, by the way, the name of the game, right? Another one of my clients, Kate, was a participant in a team building art event that was held at her place of employment. She decided to use her favorite colors, which were neon pink, metallic purple, turquoise, and white, to perform the vase pour that the group was doing. Now, for context, the vase pour is a 2-for-1 technique where you get 2 artworks from doing 1 paint pour. The vase is placed upside down on top of the canvas, and as you pour the paint on top of the vase, the runoff is caught by the canvas underneath, thus creating the 2 pieces, the vase and the canvas painting. She actually posted a video of the actual pouring on her Instagram, and she went on to explain how she was sucked into a trance as she watched the glorious colors cascade down the vase in a spiral motion. She goes on to describe the Zen-like feeling that she was experiencing and how she was in her happy place once that process was complete. Yeah, Kate, I feel you, girl. I know exactly what you're talking about firsthand. So to recap, we discussed the 3 ways that paint pouring can help combat stress and anxiety. Let's do the recap. Number 1, it helps you to mindfully focus. Number 2, it serves as an expressive outlet. And number 3, it provides a sensory experience. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, how in the world does this relate to me? Well, just think about it. The average adult spends at least 8 or more hours, or the equivalent of 1/3 of the working day, either as an employee or as a business owner, which means at some point, you are probably going to be stressed out. And since this is the case, I have a special gift for you as promised for making it this far. So I want you to go ahead and register to receive my free ebook, which dives more into detail about why we as employees and business owners are overwhelmed and just downright tired. And it's also going to discuss how creating art is the perfect solution to help you persevere over these challenges. To access this free resource, I need you to visit www.paintandelevate.com. Again, I want you to take action to start living the happy and fulfilled life that you absolutely deserve by going to the free resource at www.paintandelevate.com. That's www.paintandelevate.com. So you can start your creative journey to inner peace today. This has been your girl, Tish Dinkins, the CEO and founder of Paintisa LLC, helping corporations, small businesses, and business professionals to improve employee performance and boost morale through team building art events. And it has been my absolute pleasure to speak with you on today. And before I go, let me leave you with this quote from the famous artist Leonardo da Vinci to remember. The painter has the universe in his mind and his hands. Thank you.
Lakeisha Williams, an executive leadership coach from Brooklyn, New York, is on a mission to empower communities for the well-being of children and families. With 25 years experience in education, including roles as teacher, principal, and administrator, she is a champion for social justice. Lakeisha excels at creating systems for success, leadership development, and building strong teams in both education and business. During the pandemic, she founded Brick House Unlimited, focusing on closing gaps for kids and teaching financial literacy. This has allowed her to do so many incredible things, like being featured on ABC, WPIX 11, Now This Is Politics, and more. She is the author of many best-selling books: Shine On, Brown Girl, a children's book, and Still I Thrive, an anthology on resilience. Lakeisha believes that by strengthening communities, we strengthen families and schools. Her work has been featured on additional platforms, and guess what? Right here in New Year, New You. Ladies and gentlemen, Lakeisha Williams.
Shine on, brown girl. To the little girl with the big brown innocent eyes who sees all things possible for her and her world. My parents reminded me each day to be better than the examples that I saw in my neighborhood. East New York in the 1980s provided little to no hope for a prosperous future for a little black girl. But my parents provided me with potential options and hope for a better future for myself. They didn't know who or what exactly, they just knew a better life existed for their children. This was enough to build the strong foundation that was necessary for me to see beyond the crack house that operated in plain sight right next door to where I lived. Each day I rose filled with hope and excitement for my future. I looked forward to school. It served as a place of joy for me. In school, I flourished academically and creatively. I remember the storytelling contest and the Little Bun story that I recited. I also remember my heart being crushed when I did not win. I held the disappointment in all day at school. I remember later that night, my mother asking me about the contest. As I shared the results with her, I could no longer hold back the tears. They came rushing out and I cried my heart out right there at my dinner table. My mother consoled me, but there was no consolation from anyone in the school, not even an acknowledgement of all of the participants. Nevertheless, I continued forward and I was a consummate performer. I was in several school plays as well as a school band. I also loved to dance as early as I can remember, and I still do. This part of my life, though, taught me to rely on my own laurels and shine in spite of. Shine on, brown girl. To the young adult woman who became a teen mother and refused to be a negative statistic. My world was in turmoil during this time. Embarrassment, disappointment. Where did I go from here? Even though I became a mother at a young age, I was determined to quiet the noise of the naysayers. Because at this time, most people in my life had written me off. I was sentenced to a life of mediocrity, not only for myself, but for my black son as well. But I knew better. I believed in me, and I was determined to prove everyone wrong. My first accomplishment was finishing high school a semester early with my baby boy in tow. This was the happiest moment in my life to date. In my family's small hometown of Allendale, South Carolina, graduating high school was a big deal. My family was still sharecroppers or Jim Crow era slaves. in the 1950s and 1960s. So going to school was a luxury that many of my older relatives could not afford. With my high school diploma in tow, I now have an emphasis on literacy as well as the master's in supervision and administration, and currently a principal in the New York City Department of Education. So as you can see, shining was a must for me. Shine on, brown girl. To the accomplished woman that stands before you today, educator, author, Amazon best-selling author, not one time but 2 times. Still I Thrive anthology project, Shine On Brown Girl. Make sure you get those books on Amazon. As well as entrepreneur of multiple businesses. I tell you about One Brick House Unlimited, and just stay tuned because it's more to come. Has this been an easy journey? Absolutely not. I still struggle and strive to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. I oftentimes refer to Maslow's self-actualization, the whole concept of Maslow. I believe that self-actualization is actually a lifelong process. So oftentimes people ask, why? Why are you continuing on? Because I am in the pursuit of my own version of happiness, which actually contributes to my overall well-being and wholeness. Paying it forward is also woven into the fabric of who I am as a human being. Service is the rent that we pay for living on this earth. This is what drives me to lead the way that I choose to lead in our marginalized communities. When I see my children in the school and in the community, I see me. I see me as a hopeful young child in East New York. I see me in Brooklyn Technical High School, specialized high school, feeling lost at that time in the midst of thousands of children. I see me as a divorced woman feeling the shame of that for a very long time. I know that different possibilities of being does exist. Who gets to determine what is right versus what is wrong? I know that we have the ability to overcome. I know that hope is a powerful tool. I want our little Black and brown children to know that they matter, that their current set of circumstances is temporary. Better is coming. And I know because that was once me too. So therefore, I am part of the solution to ensure that we as a people, as a community, continue to provide our children with a plethora of shining stories. So shine on, brown girl. Shine on.
Immerse yourself in an ocean of knowledge and inspiration at the Women's Entrepreneurship and Leadership Conference happening in Toronto, Canada, May 3rd through the 5th, 2024. This is your chance to shine. We're actually looking for 10 dynamic speakers to join our esteemed panel, The Benefits Beyond Measure. From networking with industry leaders to gaining international exposure, it's a platform like no other. Plus, a special perk from the Book Profits Club to help you fund your trip. Make your mark, share your wisdom, and inspire hundreds. To apply today, go to bookprofitsclub.com/WEL conference to learn more. Your voice matters. Let it be heard.
What if the world could see your literary prowess in all its glory? Welcome to an arena for your written magic. A stage where you're not just an author, but a celebrity. Welcome to the Book Profits Club's Author Spotlight series, where authors are not just writers, but celebrities, influencers, and leaders. In February, our first event is hosted at the breathtaking Modex Studio, an architectural marvel. It's a cathedral for creativity, featuring a cinematic video screen and a creative expanse upstairs. Upstairs, the mezzanine level allows creators to turn their ideas into reality. Here's how it works. Each author gets a panel spot. It's unique. They get a power talk opportunity. It's your moment to and introduce yourself. It's an opportunity to introduce yourself and your work to the world in your own unique style. The excitement doesn't end there. Post-panel, attendees can network, engage, and interact. It's a platform to showcase and sell your books. To summarize, the Author Spotlight series is more than just an event. It's a celebration, a platform, an opportunity. It's an opportunity that comes with multiple benefits: recognition, networking, and sales. Don't just be an author. Join the Book Profits Club's Author Spotlight series. Showcase your literary genius. The stage is set, the lights are on. All we need is you.
Step into the vibrant world of abstract art with Paintiza. Guided by the visionary Tish Dinkins, Paintiza is your sanctuary for creativity and innovation. With over 3 decades of experience in art, teaching, and customer service, Tish and her team are dedicated to transforming your artistic journey. Now listen, we're not just talking about painting. What we are talking about is team building, growing your organizations or businesses to the next level. At Paintiza, we offer hands-on workshops that immerse you in the techniques of fluid art. From intimate classes to team building events, every experience is tailored to your needs and filled with color and joy. And remember, art isn't about perfection, it's about expression. So join Tish Dinkins at Paintiza by going to her website, www.paintiza.com, and get started on your artistic journey today. Uncover the secret to running a successful family childcare business with Deshonda Jennings. Her unique approach intertwines early childhood education with faith and compassion, creating a nurturing environment for our future leaders. Deshonda doesn't just stop there. She's also empowering fellow providers through her innovative childcare coaching methods. Featured in influential outlets like Soigné and Swank, We Empower, and more, her impact is widely recognized. So, if you are an aspiring childcare provider seeking to learn how to build a successful business, make sure that you reach out to Deshonda today. Go to her free resource, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com, where you can download her ebook that's going to teach you the mistakes that people typically make when starting a childcare business. Again, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com. We will see you there. Imagine a world where children navigate social media with ease and understanding. Enter Kaysen LLC, formed in 2017 with the mission to help our young ones safely explore the digital landscape. Focusing on internet safety, Kaysen teaches critical topics such as perseverance, mindset, and the intriguing effects of video games on the brain. But that's not all. It also empowers parents to engage in meaningful conversations about gaming and internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme have found Kaysen's platform both engaging and relevant. And for those parents whose children face learning and thinking differences, Kaysen offers support through a book and regular newsletter. Hailing from North Wales, Pennsylvania, Kaysen LLC is your guide in the digital age.
Real estate investors, Flow with Rhonda can help you get out of debt and build wealth within 7 to 10 years by automating your finances and creating your own bank. Please visit us at www.bankonyourselfebook.com.
What's going on? I just got a couple more commercials that we're going to play real quick. But listen, we're going to get ready to bring our panel up in just a few minutes. Guys, go ahead and type in the chat space. Y'all had a chance to see some amazing speakers. Listen, I just want to tell you that this has just been so phenomenal. And today, honestly, these first 5 days were the appetizer. The workshop where we're going to be doing work, where you're going to be taking and applying information, that's tomorrow. So if you thought the first 5 days were fire, wait until the workshops tomorrow. And I promise you, those that are upgrading to VIP, you're about to be blown away with what we're going to be offering you. So you do not want to miss this, guys. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity to upgrade to VIP. You already know, guys, I like to keep layering and layering and layering the benefits. So let's go ahead and get back to our commercials. And we've got, like I told you guys, we have some more awesome opportunities that are coming. So guys, don't hesitate. Actually, I think we got all the commercials in. So yeah, we did. Well, this is what I'm going to do. We got our commercials in. I'm going to go ahead and put this link in here one more time because y'all have a few more minutes to get your points up. How many of you guys have been sharing this link, getting your points up? Guys, this is an opportunity for you to be a part of the giveaway. Now, today, you got to be over 200 points, okay? You got to be over 200 points, all right? So if you was just sitting on that 100, no ma'am, no sir. Also, shout out to everybody today. Type in the chat, what is something that you learned? What is something that you learned from your experience on today? Because listen, it just, wow. I'm just still like just overwhelmed by just how incredible you guys, our speakers were today. And all I can tell you is I just can't wait for you to see them at the workshop. That's what I do know. And by the way, I'm putting together something really nice for everybody that shared a testimonial video. This is looking really good. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for that. Me personally, I never miss an opportunity to share a testimonial. I've actually gotten clients from doing testimonial videos. Like somebody will see me and say, oh man, I saw you shared a testimonial video and stuff, and I wanted to ask you some questions about that, but also I want to learn more about what you do. Because it's something about the way that people see people that give credit and give love to other people. It's like it creates trust, right? It creates love. And it's funny, I was listening to a podcast today, and I'm going to see what you guys are putting in the chat. I haven't seen anything yet, what you guys have taken away from today. So I'm looking for some notes in the chat. But it's funny because I was watching a podcast. I'm a YouTube fanatic. Like I love watching, positive information on YouTube. I shared a YouTube podcast to our Book Profits Club family the other day, one that I listen to literally every day. I listen to a new interview from this guy. And one of the things he was talking about is that people, when we talk about business, we talk about doing business with people that we know, like, and trust, right? But I think a big factor in that is likability. And what is it that is creating your likability, right? So how are you showing up to the world? Are you showing that you give back? Are you showing that you edify other people? One thing I learned in the network marketing industry is I learned the gift of edification, which is a skill set, learning to edify someone else. Now, I will tell you, in network marketing, we did a whole lot of things that was very formal, like Miss Avant. Do not call me Miss Avant. I don't know what it is. I feel like it make me sound older. Call me Taria, it's fine. But I believe that also it's how you set up when you're introducing someone, right? People believe the stories of other people's experiences before they believe the stories that you may share about yourself by, to other people. So that is a skill set, learning to edify other people. But I'm telling you, like when it comes to leaving testimonials, like I'm so specific to how I share a testimonial that it actually creates an opportunity for people to want to do business. Let me give you an example. So like, I like to be very specific about when I share a testimonial. So let's just say you guys have taken some information today and you say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and apply it, right? So I'll use, because I see Stevie said something about Miss Bertha, right? So let's just say we use Miss Bertha, right? So let's just say she comes on, she says, hey, listen, my name is Taria. I'll say, hey guys, my name is Taria Avant, and I help speakers, coaches, and network marketers generate over $10,000 a month, working 2 to 4 hours per day, leveraging their books. Had an opportunity to listen to the Power Talk done by Mrs. Bertha Winston. And one of the things that she talked about was being able to get her credit score to an 800 by being able to pay off her debts. From that Power Talk, it inspired me to actually sit down and pull up my credit report. And from my credit report, I saw so many different things that were on there that I literally had no idea about. And now I've started working towards getting that completed. I also went ahead and downloaded her free report that has given me some additional insight into changing my business. So I cannot wait to work with Miss Bertha, because I know working with her is going to help me to also get to that 800 credit score, to get that 300. Well, I don't have $300,000 in debt, but that's what she was able to do. So I'm going to get rid of my debt, and also be able to have 6 months of savings set aside for a rainy day. So thank you again, Miss Bertha. So do y'all see the difference in me leaving a testimonial that'll say something like, hey, my name is Taria Avant. I help speakers, coaches, and network marketers, da, 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 da. And I just loved the conference. It was amazing. Right? Now, while that's still a great testimonial to leave, you see how I was able to be very specific. And so what I did was I really edified Bertha and what it is that she did, but I also then spoke into existence what I planned to happen for me. And I'm telling you guys, when you get good at learning how to do certain things like that, I'm gonna be honest, that's also connected to the skill set of learning how to close. How many of you guys know that you got to work on your skill sets when it comes to closing your clients, closing your potential clients, closing your prospects, getting them to say, here's my credit card, I'm ready to get started? Well, that has all to do with connecting to learning how to really close, also edify, and really take people through the journey. And so these are things that I've learned through this process of being a coach, of being a speaker. And these are things that you guys are going to learn how to really take it to the next level. Another thing I want to highlight is when you're making offers, right? So we're about to get ready for our speakers to come onto the panel. So all speakers, make sure you go to the link so that you can join in for the panel discussion. But one of the things I think is also important is learning how to make an offer, okay? And so guys, from today, the first thing, if you noticed from most of our speakers, when it was time for them to make an offer, what were they giving you guys? Or when it was time for you to get in contact with them, when they say, listen, so if you want more information, what were they doing? They were giving away something for free, but it's not free. Right? It's not free. And so one thing I want us to remember is that free ain't always free. But one of your biggest assets that you will have in 2024 is going to be your database. How are you building up your database? This is your email and phone list, your list of contacts, information. Like in our CRM that we have for our clients, we have a CRM that we actually provide to all of our Book Profits Club members, right? No matter the tier, everybody gets access just at different levels. One of the great things, let me tell you this, wouldn't this be really fire where you could be able to have someone to enroll into your CRM, and as they continue to do more activities, when you're sending out emails, you could track to see based on, like, let's just say the person opens up 5 emails, when you can give them a certain rating, right? Isn't that important to have these numbers? Because, I mean, listen, if somebody's continuously opening up your emails, but they're not getting started, there is something that's keeping them from taking action. This is what you guys need to be having in place. Many of us, we're just posting on social media, hoping and praying that somebody's going to send us some money, and we know that's not going to work, right? Also, what if you're able to track when somebody does click on the link? What if you could be able to track when somebody does register for your webinar or register for your whatever it is? Maybe you want to be able to see all the people who've bought a book from you and then been able to check out a video. We even have something in our CRM which allows us to know if somebody's watched more than 50% of a video. Why is that important? Because if somebody is watching more than 50% of a video, again, this increases their likelihood. So we've got to be making sure that we are having something in place that when we speak on a stage, we should be collecting coins or contacts. I'll repeat this again. I see Nishika put it in the chat. Come on, Nishika. Coins or contacts. Coins or contacts, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to make sure that we are positioning ourselves for success. So if you paid attention to many of our speakers, especially those who are in BPC, they offered you something for free in exchange for your contact information. Why? Because a one-time customer is just as bad as a no-time customer. We need to have a database. We need to know what you're doing. Amazon, when you buy something from Amazon, you are now added to their database. You're not just a one-time customer. So then guess what? They can send you an email and say, based on your purchase, we think that you'll like this. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you do what? You like it. You want it. You buy it, right? I mean, the next company that has literally taken over the world, and we be thinking that these are online stores and e-commerce stores. No, they have created very efficient database software systems, save yourself time, energy, and money, right? They've created very efficient systems. Temu. How many of y'all bought something from Temu that you know you don't need? Matter of fact, if y'all go on YouTube, you can look up the story behind Temu. Right now, Temu is strictly focusing on ads, retargeting, and building up their database. They're literally on a mission to take over Alibaba, Amazon, and all of them. Matter of fact, I believe that Temu is actually, don't give me the line. I feel like the guy that owns Alibaba, which I know he's one of the richest men in the world, he actually is a part of the whole Temu situation, right? Y'all know that's over there in Asia. But anyways, long story short, y'all thought that Temu was an online e-commerce store, which yes, they are, but where they're killing it is by building up this database. When you click on the Temu site, what's the first thing they want you to do? Download the app so you can start getting notifications, which is a source of building up your database. Then they want you to go ahead, but you got to put your email in. Every single time you go to the website, they want you to put an email so you can spin the wheel to get 80% off, 100% off. And I don't even know if that worked because, baby, I spent the little wheel and I still had to pay. Yeah, they got me, y'all. They got me. I don't even know what I bought. Some little stupid flip-flops or something like that, right? But guys, it's all about building your database. So the first thing going into this year, we need to be focusing on what are you doing to build your database? Do you have a CRM in place? Do you have a capture page where people can go and submit their information? And do you have automation that is set up so that when they go and put their information in, guess what? Now you can stay in contact with them, okay? If you do not have these items in place, guys, you need to start working on getting it done. When you join Book Profits Club, no matter the tier, you're going to get access to this incredible system. So Book Profits Club, guys, go to bookprofitsclub.com. You can register for our free masterclass that's going to teach you how to truly succeed in 2024. Okay. If you go to bookprofitsclub.com, register for the free masterclass. But second, figure out how you could be a part of the movement. And I'm going to tell you this. Last year's price is not this year's price. So every single year it goes up. I'm not on a mission to try to enroll every single author in the world. We are literally on a mission to work with quality people. We don't want people that make up the excuses all the time. We don't want the people that got a reason. Listen, literally, there's no reason why somebody should not be able to pay to be able to have a software if you are an author and you are focused on getting book sales that can pay for your system. Every time you sell a book, that money should go back into reinvesting into your tools, to building your business. Stop spending the money that you make with your books and start treating this as a real business, okay? Because when you treat it like a business, guess what? It will pay you like a business. Well, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to bring on our amazing speakers of the day. Was that good? That was my TED Talk. I was listening to the videos. I was just making sure my ears was right. I was listening to the videos that you guys shot, and I think it was Sharon Hudgens that said Taria is very good at giving literally on the spot training. And yes, that's me. Since as long as I can remember, I've always been that girl where even as a child, when it's something that I see or something in my spirit called God tells me this is something you need to talk about, I immediately take action on it. So don't ask me to repeat it. Don't ask me to go back to what I talked about. I always lean on just based on what it is that I'm feeling right there in that moment. So that's why you got to stay plugged in. Stay plugged in, y'all. Don't let this be the last time that you are a part of this Book Profits Club community. So bookprofitsclub.com. Now let's go ahead and bring on our amazing panelists, y'all. They did such an incredible job. They were amazing, amazing, amazing. And so hold on, let me see how many we got. Okay, we got 4 people here today. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide this one for now in case somebody does come on. I think we have one more person that we are looking for. But y'all, let's go ahead and put the round of applause on. The round of applause. We're going to first give it up to Bertha Winston. Let's give it up for Bertha. Let's give it up for Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. Come on, come on, come on. Let's also give it up for Lakeisha Williams. And last but definitely not least, let's give it up for Tim Dinkins. Oh, hold on. We got our other one on. Hold on, y'all. We also got Almondia. Oh, I'll be always messing up her name, child. I say Almondia, it's Almondia. But let's bring her on too. Hold on. Let me give her a round of applause. Let's bring her on. I got to share my thing I just did. Where is it? There it is. Let's give it up for Almondia Wright. All right. Hello. All right, ladies. Well, listen, y'all did such a phenomenal job today on day 5 of New Year, New You. And tomorrow, as everybody has been hearing, we have our live workshops. So first, what I'm going to have you guys to do, and I'm just going to go in the order that we saw you guys today, is first, I want you to reintroduce yourself. And if you are doing a workshop on tomorrow, I want you to tell us what your workshop is going to be about. So we're going to start off with Almondia, darling. You have the mic.
Hi. My name is Almondia White. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. I teach high school English as well as yoga and meditation. So tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be teaching yoga, meditation, and journaling. And I'm going to show you how to use those things to manifest, to do shadow work. Basically, you're doing shadow work to do your inner work, to create, what your reality, what you want, the life of your dreams.
I love it.
Right.
I love it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I was actually one of the podcasts that I listened to as well, and it was talking about meditation. And a lot of times, many of us have had difficulties with getting in the space of meditation. And what I have learned is that just like when we're working out, we've got to get those muscles, get them together. When you first start working out, it's difficult. And then eventually you get used to it and you get better and you get better. The same I've learned with meditation as well. And so I believe that every single one of us, guys, definitely needs to plug in and learn this information. Listen, if you guys are excited about Almondia's workshop on tomorrow, type 1 in the chat space. Type 1 in the chat space. All right, so now we're going to go to our next Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd, darling. Tell us reintroduce yourself and what is your workshop going to be about tomorrow?
I am Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. I help real estate investors and inspiring investors get out of debt and build wealth within 7 to 10 years by automating their finances and creating their own bank so they can leave wealth and not debt. And my talk tomorrow is breaking chains, debt elimination, and wealth creation strategies. So you're going to walk away with a different mindset on debt and how to get out of it and how to build wealth at the exact same time.
I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited too that you're targeting those in the investment world, in the real estate investment world, because one of the things I have continuously heard year after year after year is that one of the streams of incomes that you see those who are multimillionaires, billionaires, etc., all have is investing their money into real estate. And so this is the time, y'all. And I'm going to be honest, listen, it's funny too, Dr. Rhonda, because I was driving in the car. I ain't really told everybody what I'm about to do, but some of y'all that read between the lines, you already know. I was driving in the car, and one of the things that I have never aspired to have, well, I did have it at one time, was my own house. And I know that there's a lot of controversy behind buying your own house and things like that. But let me tell you what I do aspire to have. Properties. Okay. There's a big difference of buying a house for yourself, but also having investment properties that will continue through the years to keep on rising, right? That's the one thing that we know without a shadow of doubt. As the cost of living goes up, so will these properties. So I'm excited. Listen, if you guys are excited about Dr. Rhonda's workshop, y'all go ahead and type 2 in the chat. By the way, Crystal, Cynthia, Sharon, Dr. Stevie, Deshonda, Lisa, Dr. Don, B. Andrews, Anthony, Taisha. I see all of you, Sedaria. They said 1. They put 1 in the chat for the meditation. And y'all put your type of 2 in the chat for learning about this investment. All right, y'all. So now what we're going to do is go to the fully energized Honey, Miss 800 credit score, baby. Listen, I don't even know what the percentage is on people that are in the entrepreneurship space that can relate. But baby, everybody type that 800 in the chat right now if you're trying to get down with the get down and get you an 800 credit score by the end of this year. Bertha, go ahead and reintroduce yourself and let us know what your workshop is going to be on.
Hello, everyone. What an awesome conference. Oh my God, it has been on fire, and I'm still on fire. Oh, everybody that spoke, it's just like, hey, I'm just hearing it for the first time. It was so incredible. Anyway, my name is Bertha Winston, and I help people who are retired or are planning on retiring eliminate debt, repair your credit, become debt free, and also stress free. And tomorrow, I am going to be talking about strategies, what you need to do in order to become debt free and stress free. So that's what my talk is going to be about tomorrow, giving you some tips on what you need to do right now. Don't wait till you get 62 like I did, but start right now. Okay? That's what I'm going to talk about.
That's what I love, y'all. Come on. If y'all ready and excited about getting debt free immediately, let's start working on that immediately. I want y'all to type 3 in the chat. Type 3 in the chat. Listen.
And also, I have a gift card to give out. Also,
okay. Yes, ma'am. What you got?
I got a Macy's $25 card. You could go shopping for yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, Macy's. Honey, they got some dresses in there with my name on it. So
okay.
Okay, Macy's be having all the cute dresses. Okay.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes. All right. Well, thank you. Okay, and so now, what I was gonna say is, listen, let me tell y'all something. Okay, entrepreneurs, my authors, my speakers, my coaches, y'all. We have got to start focusing on our finances and focusing on this debt, okay? Let's position ourselves for success. And do not allow social media. I think, Bertha, you was talking about this, buying stuff we don't need, right?
Yes.
We be out here getting, how many black pair of shoes do we need, y'all? Especially if you're not where you want to be financially, right? How many black purses? How many coats? We need to make sure that first the household is taken care of. And then when we get to that level, if we even desire it, because I don't know about y'all, I went and got all those things. You know, Miss Bertha, I went and got the car, that fancy, expensive car. I went and got that townhome that I should not had never bought, way over my budget. I went and got the shoes and all the bags. And I was one day in my house like, I thought this was supposed to make me happy. And I always see people that always say stuff like, well, money can't buy you love, but it shows up. Listen, we gotta stop. Right. We gotta be careful with that. Yes, we need to have money, but we also have to identify the things that are very important to us. And I think once you know what moves you, that's what's going to really be able to position you for success. So for some of us, money, having things ain't the thing. For some of us, you want to travel the world. We about to go on a lot of trips, right? Bertha, I think Bertha said she coming with us to Canada
Invest
too,
in yourself first. Invest in you.
Amen.
Financially.
Yes, y'all. So make sure you do the things that you love. Okay, and so now we're going to go on over to none other than Miss Tish Dinkins. Now, let me tell y'all something. If y'all never saw art in the way that she was talking about it, talking about the senses, and I was like, you know what? I ain't even never thought about that, right? And how it can help with team building. Guys, this is where you need to be definitely plugging in. For any of you guys that felt a connection with that, I'm excited. So Tish, go ahead and reintroduce yourself and let us know what your workshop tomorrow is going to be about.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. It is your girl, Tish Dinkins, as I like to say on social medias. I am the CEO and founder of Painteesa LLC, where we help corporations, small businesses, and business professionals improve employee performance and boost morale through team building art events. So I am so excited about my workshop for tomorrow. The title is How to Create a painting to relieve stress in 15 minutes or less. So it's actually a two-part workshop. The first part, we're going to discuss the 3 keys in order to make that happen, and it's going to include some of my favorite tips and tricks on how you can actually create this. And then the second half, y'all ready for this? I'm actually going to do a live demonstration so you can actually have that experience in real time. So that's it.
Again, just like I said yesterday, the day before, how many of y'all like, oh my gosh, how do I select? I know y'all tired of me saying this, VIP. You do not want to miss any of these workshops, okay? And listen, it's going to be so excited. I was watching Tish before. Tish is now one of our Inner Circle members, and I was watching Tish on Instagram for a while with her pouring classes, and I just know that you guys are going to get so much value from that. And now, last but definitely not least, Miss Brown Girl herself, honey. She slayed the stage. Y'all, let's give it up for Lakeisha Williams. Go ahead, darling, reintroduce yourself and let us know what is your workshop going to be about on tomorrow.
Hello, everyone. It's really been such an honor to be a part of this panel with all of you guys. And thank you, Taria, for just putting everything together with the New Year, New You conference. This is most definitely a new year for me, as I am newly retired after nearly 3 decades of working in the New York City Department of Education. So as an award-winning principal, turning around a failing school, with a natural love for community, I actually stumbled upon this next chapter of my life of being an executive leadership strategist, specializing in building community and service of children and families to close the access gap to create generational wealth for all. Because in the marginalized communities which I serve during my time as an educator, the one thing that I always saw was that failing schools lack resources. And our society as a whole, sure, a lot of information is out there, but we're not structured in a way where we are providing people with the necessary resources that they need to get to the next level. So we want to put a band-aid on a lot of things. Sure, I'll give you food, clothes, and shelter, but what about helping people to repair their credit? What about helping people to form an LLC? What about helping people to purchase land and purchase property so that they're building that generational wealth and creating legacies for their families? Because guess what? Marginalized communities are marginalized because we lack the resources. So if we could strengthen our families and our communities, then we will in turn strengthen our schools. So that's the space that I'm in right now. So you saw part of it tonight where I led with leverage your story, because I believe that is where we begin. That's where we begin. Who you are, who you naturally are, your gifts and talents that you're willing to share with the world. But then we take that and we leverage your business, which is what I'm going to share tomorrow with some practical strategies of an everyday person just like myself who had a quote unquote good job, help them be able to take that leap over into entrepreneurship and community leadership, and essentially living at the Kwanzaa principles 365 days of the year, so that we can create that generational wealth and build the legacies for our families, so that we can eradicate marginalized communities and make sure that our children and families are well.
Yes, y'all. Yeah. Listen, we cannot complain about somebody taking advantage if we are not getting the information for ourselves. And I understand and I love what you're doing as well, because sometimes we say, well, we don't know what we don't know. Well, guess what? That's soon to no longer be an excuse. We have got to start making sure that we understand what is taking place in our backyards so that we are not taken advantage of. So I love what you just shared. Listen, y'all, real quick, if you are excited, I didn't tell y'all to put in the chat. If you're excited about Tish, type 4 in the chat. And if you're excited about Lakeisha, type 5 in the chat. Type 4 or 5 or 4 and 5. Now, real quick, ladies, I'm going to get your website. How can we get in touch with you? Let us know if somebody is like, listen, I want to reach out to you. I ain't trying to wait to the workshop. I want to talk to you today. I need your information today. So we're going to start off with Almandia, darling. The mic is yours.
My website is Elephant Brands, just like the elephant, brands, brandsco.com.
Absolutely. And if you're in the chat, just type it in the chat as well so that they can see it. elephantbrandsco.com. All right. And we're going to go to Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. You're next.
You can get in contact with me at www.bankonyourselfebook.com. So bankonyourselfebook.com.
Yes, honey. I think you said that. Well, you definitely said bankonyourself.com. You need to see if that's available as well. Just see if it is, because you said it a couple times. But y'all go get that free that free ebook. So make sure these are resources that you can use tonight. Look, they're in the chat like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like they're like, we don't know which one to choose to read. They need them all. VIP, holla at me, VIP. All right, Bertha Winston, what is your website, love?
Hi, you could go to www.retiredanddebtfree.com. Retiredanddebtfree.com.
Absolutely. And y'all, if you guys are speakers, if you guys are in the chat, make sure you put it in the chat so that they can see you. Also, again, don't forget, guys, when you see our speakers in the chat, you can hover over their name. You can send them a direct message right there in the conference, okay? And tonight is the last night to do so. So make sure if you need to be in touch with anybody in the conference, you can hover over their name. All right, let's go ahead to Tish Dinkins.
Well, you guys can reach out to me at www.paintandelevate.com. That's www.paintandelevate.com.
I love it. Yes. So y'all make sure paintandelevate.com. Some of them are typing in the chat for us. I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. And last but definitely not least, Lakeisha, darling, how can they get in touch with you?
Yes, so you guys can get in touch with me at my company, Brick House Unlimited, which is www.brickhouseunlimited.com. All one word, because we're taking back our communities, not one building at a time, but one brick at a time.
Come on now, listen, not a building, but a brick. It takes a while. We got to build this up, y'all, with a strong foundation. And she ain't say straw. She ain't say straw, she said a brick, okay? That means it ain't going nowhere. All right, y'all. So if anybody is also contributing to the giveaways, I know Miss Bertha says she's doing her Macy's gift card. I've seen a lot of people in the chat talk about, okay, I'm trying to get that. But does anybody else? Yes, Tish, what you got?
I'm going to be doing a $25 Amazon gift card.
Y'all, these gift cards are adding up. I mean, I'm predicting, honestly, it's going to be one person that's going to probably win like 3 of these gift cards because we're going to select 5 names tonight, okay? So I love it. Anybody else offering something? Yes, Dr. Boyd.
$25 Amazon gift card because Amazon got everything that everybody wants.
Listen, they sure do. It's so funny. I just got a message too from Amazon with a delivery or something I don't need, but you know, don't judge me. Judge them. All right. Okay, y'all. Well, listen, anybody else? If not, we're about to wrap up. Oh, yes, Lakeisha. Okay, everybody. Lakeisha, go ahead, darling. What you got?
Yes, so you guys will get a complimentary consultation with me because this is the new year, new you. And it's time to get going with creating our goals so that we can leverage your stories and your business.
All right. Thank you so much. And Almandia, darling.
I have a set of 3 crystal bracelets. So I wear crystal bracelets for their energy powers, and I'm giving away a set of 3.
Ooh, okay, honey. All right, set up 3 chat. And them crystal bracelets don't be cheap. I just want y'all to know I'm not pocket watching or nothing like that. I just know. Because I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, y'all. So we have some incredible gifts. What a way to start off the new year with just some amazing gifts, gift cards. We're giving away a flat screen TV, $100 Cash App, $200 Cash App, y'all. But you have to be live tomorrow. So if your name is selected tonight, and when we spin the wheel, and when it's on your name, because we're going to go by the order of where everybody's names are. And if whatever you win, if you are not there live tomorrow, you missed the win. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't want to miss the win, okay? Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. And now we're about to get ready to close out. I got a couple more things I want to say, and then we're going to do some drawings and select some names for tonight. Bye, you guys. See y'all tomorrow morning. Yes. All right, y'all. So weren't they awesome? I mean, I'm loving these panels. I loved our keynotes. They were just tremendous. I always like to make sure that our speakers get an opportunity to get on a panel so you can see them live and see them share some additional insight. But y'all, these Power Talks were powerful, right? Weren't they amazing? And so again, you have until the end of tonight for $97 to upgrade to VIP. I put in the chat what the link is. This is where you're going to go to also join in for the workshops. This is where you go to see the replays, all of the replays from all day 1 through day 5 will be available. Okay. So that you'll be able to see all of the replays, all of the speakers. You do not want to miss it. And then the workshops tomorrow, guys, they start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are not the Power Talks. These are trainings. So let's just pretend, right? Let's just pretend that you are now about to get access to almost 20 different workshops. Let's just pretend that each one of those workshops were $297 because on average, many of them are valued at that. Okay. We're talking about over almost $6,000 in training tomorrow. $6,000 in training tomorrow, but you must be there live. Okay. You must be there live. So you need to make sure, guys, that you do not miss the workshops. If you want to go ahead and plan in advance, click on the link in the chat. That link in the chat will show you the schedule. It is at the bottom so that you can figure out what 4 workshops for sure you're going to watch live. And for those of you who are VIP, you'll be able to get the access to the replays. And the great thing is that you'll get the contact information. So one thing that kind of like irritates me, if I could be transparent, is when somebody comes to me and I give a ton of free value, ton of free information, and they're asking me questions on something that is already available, right? And so it means to me that they have not done their work. And what it also shows me is that 9 times out of 10, this person is not going to do what it takes to have success. So what irritates me, though, is not because they've hit me up, right? Not because of that. It's because it's another person that I see that has so much potential, but understanding that success is not just the information. It's applied information. You got to be able to take the information and do the work. And if the person is not willing to even outreach and find the information first that I provide, what is the likelihood of them doing the work even after I've given it to them, right? So I'm going to stress this, guys. The speakers these first 5 days gave you links to go to so that you can connect with them further. I want to know who took advantage of those links, because we listened to them, but did we actually go and take advantage? Because how can we ever expect something to be given to us that we're not even willing to do the activity for, right? So we've got to make sure that, number one, we're doing that. Now, some of our speakers, they'll actually be reaching out to you directly, okay? So be on the lookout for their emails as well. But guys, I promise you, you cannot get nothing, or you cannot get something from nothing. You have to be willing to do the work. You've got to be willing to do the work. And the work right here is showing up to these workshops. The work right here is doing your due diligence, downloading their free giveaways that they offer to you. Make sure that you read the information or watch the information that is provided to you. Don't just expect, just because you email it, like people will email me. I charge $1,000 an hour and email me a list of questions and want it for free. And then I go, because I got the CRM. So then I can go and search their name to see if they've even bought a book. Baby, let me tell you something. I am not about to pour into nobody who's not even willing to get any kind of skin in the game. And no, it's not always about money, but it is having an understanding of the principle. If you expect to make more money without sowing a seed of money into wherever you need to sow it into, how do you expect that seed to grow when there's no seed at all? So we got to start making sure that we're doing the right things, right? Now, this is one thing I want to go over as well before we get ready to start pulling up the list. Matter of fact, what I'm going to have us do is I want us to go hang out. Let me see. You know what? I never opened up the lounge, changed it, but that's okay. We're going to go. I want us to go hang in the lounge for about 10 minutes. Well, not 10, like 5 minutes while I get your list together. Okay. We're going to hang out in the lounge for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the drawings and the giveaways. Okay. You need to make sure as well, guys, that you do not miss tomorrow, 11 a.m. You can watch it from your phone. We are using a different software. We will not be in this software tomorrow. We'll be utilizing a software that will allow us to do the workshop breakout sessions much easier, okay? Make sure that you bring your notebooks. You need to take notes. So you remember that instruction that we gave? What day was that? Day 1 or 2? As a result of attending New Year, New You, I now have ... Wherever you wrote that note, for those of y'all who did it, you still need to do it. That is where you want to be taking notes towards the workshops that you're going to attend tomorrow. I promise you that these workshops are going to be dynamic, okay? All right, so real quick, what time is it? It is now 5 minutes after the hour. Perfect. I want everybody to come back at 40 minutes after the hour. Go click on the lounge right now. Click on one of the rooms. Real quick, just, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Let's connect. Maybe you need to get an accountability partner, right? Maybe you need to connect with someone. You can introduce yourself, say what city and state, but it's only going to be 5 minutes, okay? So let's be back at 40 minutes after the hour so we can start doing the giveaways. Let's go. Go to the lounge right now. So hopefully y'all hung out in the sessions. I'm going to close the room down because I know how some of my people do. They will talk. So let me close the rooms. I am going to open some more rooms back up. I meant to do that yesterday. I do apologize. I'm going to make the rooms very specific to, like, public speaking, finance, stuff like that. So we'll break out the rooms to some different features. But now what I want to do is get into these giveaways. Okay. So I definitely want to get into these giveaways. Well, they're not the giveaways. What we're going to be doing is I am going to be selecting 5 names today. Okay. By the way, your name can be called multiple times. And tomorrow we will be selecting for the 6th day another 6 names. So you want to make sure. Oh, look, somebody sent me a message in the software. Pretty cool. Oh, I think that's because I sent a message to Crystal and she just replied back. Okay. So anyways, with that stated, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's get into the giveaways. Y'all ready? Oh, my foot. What does it mean if your foot itches? Does that mean more money is coming too? I don't know. All right, y'all. So we will do the breakout sessions as well again afterwards. Again, if your name is selected, you have to be able to you have to be here. So if your name is selected, you got to be here. And so we need you to say in caps, I am here. Also, speakers do not win. Speakers are not in the drawing. Okay. Just so y'all know, because I saw some speakers on here, but we appreciate the speakers. We definitely appreciate y'all for participating in the giveaways. But the speakers are not in the drawing because you guys are the speakers, right? So only fair. All right, so let me go ahead and paste this in here real quick. Our names, we have a ton. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Thank you again to those who shared your video. Yesterday, we started fresh. So if you did a new video, that gave you 10 entries. A video gave you 10 entries. So you see, we have people who gave videos, 10 entries. And then, of course, based on your points, starting at 200, you guys were able to be added to the list. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the 5 names. Again, if your name is selected, you need to tell us immediately, I am here, okay? I am here. I'm trying to see, do we got enough names selected for all these giveaways? I think we do. That's why we're going to do another 6 tomorrow, okay? All right. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of giveaways, okay? A lot of giveaways. All right, let's get into it. Let's spin. I'm just going to go quickly. So again, if your name is selected, I need y'all to type, I am here, okay? In all caps, in all caps. Hold on, y'all, my computer's. All right. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Hey, 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 hey. Dominique Carson, go ahead and put in the chat. Let us know if you are here. Savita, email SWAV, SWAV 2018. Is Savita here? Let us know in the chat if you are here. All caps, you need to put I am here. I am here. Let us know if you are here. Ooh, ooh, do, 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 do. I'm not seeing them in the chat. Sharon Hudgens. If Sharon Hudgens is here, put in the chat, I am here. I'm still looking for Dominique and Sabita. Sharon is here. Melody Sheard. Is Melody Sheard here? Go ahead and put, I am here. Dominique is here. Melody Sheard. And last but definitely not least, Taisha. By the way, Taisha has 1,200 points. Let's give it up for Taisha. I hope she's here today, child. Is Taisha here? Taisha, are you here? So far, what it looks like is I heard from Dominique. Dominique is here today. Yes, she is. And I see Sharon is here. Sharon is here today. Yes, she is. I didn't see Savita type in the chat. I didn't see Melody yet type in the chat. Is Taisha here, though? Is Taisha here? Listen, y'all, we've got 6 more wins tomorrow. You got to be here live, though. My goodness. People are missing out on these wins by simply not being here. This is, tomorrow is when we spend for what they have won. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Taisha is here. All right, so it looks like we were 3 out of 5 today. If I'm not mistaken, 3 out of 5 today. It looks like, whoo, yeah. But this is a true testament, though, to how life works. Y'all know that, right? This is really a testament to how really life works. Y'all do know that, right? Like many of us, it is literally a matter of showing up. That is it. Showing up, showing up, showing up, showing up. That's what it's about. And so, yes, Taisha, we already got you, girl. We got you, Taisha. I see you in the chat. So we got Dominique, Sharon, and Taisha. So no, we're spending 5 times. That's how the game works, guys. Remember, nobody paid anything to be here. So the game works the way the game works. Like, don't do that. So you just gotta be hopeful. Don't you feel like you got so much value just by being here? Hasn't it been amazing just by being here? So let's first of all be grateful for that. But tomorrow, make sure you are here because you never know. We have 6 more spins for tomorrow, okay? So 6 more spins for tomorrow. So y'all get your points up. Again, tomorrow, though, it's going to get steeper. So your social monials points have to be at 300 and above. 300 and above. So if your points are not at 300, the fact that I know it can be done, because Taisha got to 100. So if we are only selecting the names that are 300 and above. So do y'all need the link one more time so y'all can get your points up? That's a way that you can really guarantee to get yourself on the list. And we are only going from that list. So we're not doing anything with videos. We're not doing any other bonuses and stuff like that. However, everybody that upgrades to VIP, the only other bonus that we're going to do is everybody who upgraded to VIP, okay? Everybody who upgrades to VIP, remember speakers, you don't get on the thing, right? So everybody who upgrades to VIP will be added 10 times. So here's the link to get your points up. The more for 300 points, you get listed 3 times. For 400, you get 4 times. For 500, you get 5 times. Does that make sense? So Taisha has been selected a few times. Yeah, she's been selected twice. Dominique twice. Dominique's up here 7 times. So Tavanda's up here 7 times. So get your points up because it increases your chance of your name being selected, y'all. Okay, we're about to do some breakouts. Listen, you have to pause the video. I think somebody was saying that the music was up. You can actually pause the video. I don't know if y'all know that. If you hover over the video, you can pause it so that there's no music when you go to the lounge. So pause the video when you go to the lounge so you don't hear the noise. Does that make sense? So pause the video because everybody ain't going to the lounge. But you pause the video, that turns off the video so you don't hear the audio, or you can simply turn down the audio. Hello, it's a YouTube video. So make sure if you want to go into the networking, let me open this up real quick. We're going to create in the networking groups. I'm so excited. Some of y'all are going to hang out. I already know. So we're going to create this public speakers group. Public speakers. Give me some groups. I'm going to put 10 groups. Well, I'm not going to do 10. I'll do 5. Public speakers, authors group. Authors group. Let's do investments group. Let's do wellness group. How about career group? I'll do 6 because I'm also going to do relationships. And so if any of those topics you want to go and hang out, go into the group. I'm going to create the groups right now. And we're going to go ahead and post it. All right, awesome. So now if you go to the lounge, yes, I know you are here, Dominique. I already put you on the list. Again, the names that I have for everybody that was here for today that said that they were here was Dominique, Sharon, and Taisha. Okay, so you guys are good and set to go. You are on the list. Some of y'all are on the list multiple times. Okay, so get your points up. You got to have to, guys, you got to make sure you have to be over 300 points. So again, here is the link. I don't know if she's not hearing me or what. I don't know. But here's the link to how you get your points up. Go hang out in the lounge. Also, for those who upgrade to VIP, will be added 10 times. That's not the bonus that I was talking about what the VIPs are going to get, though. So everybody who purchases a VIP ticket, okay? Also, the authors, this right here. Let me post this commercial real quick. I want y'all to see this.
What if the world could see your literary prowess in all its glory? Welcome to an arena for your written magic. A stage where you're not just an author, but a celebrity. Welcome to the Book Prophets Club's Author Spotlight series, where authors are not just writers, but celebrities, influencers, and leaders. In February, our first event is hosted at the breathtaking Modex Studio, an architectural marvel. It's a cathedral for creativity, featuring a cinematic video screen and a creative expanse upstairs. Upstairs, the mezzanine level allows creators to turn their ideas into reality. Here's how it works. Each author gets a panel spot. It's unique. They get a power talk opportunity. It's your moment to and introduce yourself. It's an opportunity to introduce yourself and your work to the world in your own unique style. The excitement doesn't end there. Post-panel, attendees can network, engage, and interact. It's a platform to showcase and sell your books. To summarize, the Author Spotlight series is more than just an event. It's a celebration, a platform, an opportunity. It's an opportunity that comes with multiple benefits: recognition, networking, and sales. Don't just be an author. Join the Book Prophets Club's Author Spotlight series. Showcase your literary genius. The stage is set, the lights are on. All we need is you.
The Author Spotlight series is going to be in Atlanta next month, and we're going to be doing it on February hold on one sec. Let me get y'all the date. February the 6th. Everybody type that in the chat. February 6th. We're looking for 10 to 15 authors that want to be a part of this. This is going to be something that we're going to start doing monthly. I know some of you guys have asked for more opportunities for us to be together. We're doing it at Modex. Modex, okay? So Modex, for those of you guys who attended the Author All-Stars, so let me explain to you how it's going to work. It's going to be fire. So you will get an opportunity to be on a panel, okay? And more than likely, it will either be myself or we'll probably have an inner circle member that is coming into town to assist with hosting the panels if I'm not going to be there. The first one, I will be there, but we'll probably still have some inner circle members to assist, right? So you're going to be on a panel talking about your book. So this is for authors, okay? So everybody will do a panel. Everybody also gets an opportunity to do a shorter version of a power talk. So to give you an example, I did a power talk that was 7 minutes. Well, it was really supposed to be 8. I'm going to put it in the link in the chat if y'all want to see it. This was my actual TEDx. So it's a couple of things. First of all, what I will tell you is this. She didn't promise this, but Tasha is going to start doing auditions for her next TEDx. What I will tell you is this. If y'all want to be a part of that next TEDx that's going to be at Modex, which by the way is going to be so fire, I would not miss this opportunity to be on this author spotlight. The author spotlight, I'm going to just tell y'all in advance what the investment is, okay? And it does not go to me. This is not me. Again, a lot of times what I'm offering y'all are opportunities to get on platforms. It ain't always about me making a dollar from it. It's about creating more opportunities for you guys to get exposure. So the investment is going to be $300. What? Yes, that's it. 300. Now y'all know. $300. You'll be on a panel. You'll get to do a power talk. That's an example of what I did for my TEDx. It'll be about a 5-minute power talk that you'll do. So you will also get some training that will show you guys how to practice it. But imagine, for those of you guys who saw the videos of our Inner Circle members where they were speaking at MODEX, you're going to have an opportunity for you to have your backdrop just like that, and you get a chance to speak. The event as well will be an opportunity for you to promote, okay? It'll be free to the public. However, what you'll be able to offer is a VIP ticket. For the VIP ticket, they will buy it directly from you. Listen to what I'm teaching you guys. I'm teaching you how to make your money back immediately. I would sell the VIP for $97. And in exchange for the VIP, create like 3 to 5 VIP packages where it's a copy of your autographed book. Maybe it's some merchandise, like a t-shirt. Make money, not excuses. Isn't that a cute t-shirt? I like to buy t-shirts, by the way. I love t-shirts. So if any of y'all got merchandise and y'all want me to be able to buy I buy merchandise though. Please don't send it to me. I will pay for it. Okay. But listen, $300. All you got to do is sell 3 VIP tickets. You keep the profit. Okay. Because and then when they get there, you give them their VIP. And then what we'll even do to make them feel good, we'll even have a VIP section, okay? But it's going to be open to the public. Hello? Are y'all listening to me? It's open to the public. So you will have your VIP ticket, okay, that you can sell for $97 or whatever you want. It's up to you. I don't care what you sell it for. Make your money back. And then after we do our power talks, we will then proceed to go upstairs. Some of y'all didn't even know there was an upstairs. And you'll have a table that will be set up where you can sell your merchandise. And so this is an opportunity to get you guys tremendous exposure, and it's only $300. So you could literally even start thinking of 3 people that you could ask, hey, I need you to buy a VIP ticket for the author spotlight in Atlanta. It's $100. So it's a win-win situation, okay? The $300 is to pay to MODEX because it ain't cheap. Okay, just so y'all know, just to rent out for one day it's not cheap. So in order for us to make this work for you, we got to make sure that we take care of Tasha as well. Okay, does that make sense? So you guys will get this amazing footage and we're going to record it. Hello? We're going to record it for you. So you get an opportunity to be a part of this crazy opportunity to be on that. Another thing is we're going to be doing some really cool stuff coming up at MODEX. Not everybody is qualified for what we're looking for, but we are looking for some key influential individuals that are serious and they have a client base. Like if you have already a high level client base and you want to be able to start doing some bigger events next year, I'm not talking about big events as far as size, but bigger events as far as quality, right? Because everybody, and I'm gonna be honest, everybody that came to Author All Stars, right? This was probably one of our best as far as energy wise. And you would think that because the space, you might have thought walking in, I don't know, right? Because again, it's a lower level, but it's high energy. It is crazy because the wall is wall to wall, and you're able to have whatever you want on that backdrop. So for those of you that were in that space and thinking to myself, I would love to host a mastermind here. I would love to host my conference here. I would love to be able to utilize this space. For those of you who, and it is a high level investment, okay? But for those of you who are, or know someone, so we're talking about this is someone who is probably already making over 6 figures to 7 figures, okay? So if you want to be able to take your masterminds to the next level, your coaching business to the next level, we're going to have some stuff coming up, okay? But for those of you guys who are interested in the Author Spotlight, there is going to be an email that's going to go out. You actually have to apply. Just like y'all had to apply for the Canada opportunity, which by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're sold out because it's 10 total, including myself. Yes, I'm investing I'm going to Canada, okay? And then we got some other stuff coming up. And what we're doing is, even though anybody can actually apply for this opportunity, we're doing it as a group. And as a group, it means that we're going to be coming together as a major force. And because we're doing it as a group, they're giving me a special panel that we're going to do, as well as all of you guys will get an opportunity to speak. So every single thing that I'm going to start doing, guys, is always going to be very inclusive, very exposurely. I made that up. Right. The time for the author spotlight, February the 6th, will be from 6 to 9, from 6 p.m. to 9. That is a Tuesday, February the 6th. Yes. And so we're going to start off. I'm not sure if it's going to be bi-monthly or monthly, but we're going to definitely do the first one February the 6th. So if you're interested, there's only 10 to 15 spots available, and it will sell out quickly. Okay. So if you're interested in being a part, remember, you get to be on the panel and you get to do your talk and you have a table, right? So imagine, for those of you guys who have ever vended at events and all of that, this is crazy, right? So 10 to 15 spots available for $300. It is an opportunity that you do not want to miss. 6 to 9. Okay. February the 6th. If you are not a part of the Book Profits Club family, you got to join us, guys. I'm telling you. And literally, I'm not looking for any and everyone to be a part of BPC. We're looking for people who are willing to stick to the process for 12 months. If you're willing to stick to the process, I promise you, where you are today will be not even as close to where you'll be next year. There's 3 different ways that you could be a part of BPC. You can only enroll into 2 of the ways right here. Inner Circle, if we even have spots that open up, I'm going to be honest. The next time to enroll into Inner Circle is Ignite to Profits. You actually have to be at that conference, okay? Ignite to Profits is going to be bananas. We've got new awards that we're going to be starting to do. We're going to start recognizing you guys for the challenges. So last year we did a podcast challenge and many of you guys qualified for the podcast. Last month. Well, it was last year, podcast challenge. This month we're doing the book writing challenge. Next month we have another challenge, and all the challenges are actually now listed. So if you go into the Speakers and Trainers series to my BPC family, you can see the challenges. For those of you who have 6 months of qualified challenges in a row, that means you cannot miss a month, you're going to be getting something really dope. By the time you go to Author All-Stars next year, if you have your 12, you're going to be getting a customized championship ring. We are in the process of designing the ring, so I ain't even got one to show you. But if y'all have ever been like in network marketing, or you've ever seen someone like a Super Bowl champion, of course we're going to make them feminine for the women. For the men, y'all going to have y'all big stones. But listen, it's time as authors, speakers, and coaches that we have our championship rings as well. I think Dominique said it best. She said it's like an author champion or some author athlete. Right? Author athlete. So we've got a lot of things in store, guys. Recognition gets recognized. Imagine you're walking around, you got your ring on, and somebody gonna be like, wow, did you win something, or what is that about? Because people nosy, and when they see big rings like that, they always start asking. And you're gonna say, well, I'm actually a top-selling author, speaker, and a coach, and it creates conversation. So anyways, we got a lot in store, guys. You want to stay plugged into the movement, stay plugged into the motion. BPC Gold is just simply selling 4 books a month. If you do not expect to sell 4 books a month, honestly, Book Profits Club would not be the best fit for you. But if you can make a commitment to focusing on once per week, identifying 1 to 2 people that you can sell a book to, it pays for your membership. Hello? It pays for your membership. Just 4 books. What are we talking about, right? Okay, y'all, let's get ready. We're going to go into the networking session. All of my Inner Circle members, if we have anybody that's watching, and all of our Speakers Elite, y'all, we've got some new onboarding as well. For those of you guys who recently enrolled, you're brand new. The onboarding is going to be a little bit different. So you guys are going to get an opportunity if you rolled at the conference. For those of you guys who've been in the system and you feel like you still need some onboarding assistance, we do have a special that's going on. So let me tell you how we make sure we take care of you. So Speakers Elite and Inner Circle, you guys get full access to the entire software. That means it's a CRM, text message automation, funnels, everything. I don't like to go into too much because it's overwhelming. But we actually have now brought on an entire team that's not only going to do not one, but 2 one-on-one onboarding calls with you. So everybody who's Inner Circle and you've done your strategy session with me, you guys will get a link on tomorrow that's going to get you scheduled for your one-on-one onboarding. The first thing, they're going to make sure that everything is set up in the software, from your integrations to your calendar, everything. On the second one, they're going to walk you through different features based on what it is that you're looking to get done. I told you guys, 2024, we're not playing. We also have a couple of additional softwares that we're about to be releasing as well. Next week, I literally am taking off the entire week so that we can make sure that every single nook and cranny, T and I, is crossed and dotted so that for the remainder of this year, you guys are getting the resources. We sent out surveys, asked you, what are some of the things that you need help with? What are some of the things that you want? And yes, we are paying attention. Of course, we can't do everything, but we will be providing you guys with so many more resources, from ads, because I know y'all want them ads. We got an AI software. Most of you guys can see it when you log into the software. You see the ads. So it's just a lot. That's all I got. And if y'all not plugged in, y'all need to hurry up. All right, y'all, listen, I pray that your day is full of peace, prosperity, and happiness and healthiness. Tomorrow, our workshops start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please do not miss these workshops. Other than that, y'all, it has been a privilege and a pleasure. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. We have the lounges open, so go hang out in the lounge. Make sure to pause the video because I am going to be playing music, but you can pause the video so that you do not hear the audio when you go over to the lounge. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Bye for now.